Hello, welcome to the cave. This is my drum practice / recording room where I can record both voice and instrument. A lot of requests wanted to know about the where and the why in the house, so I just thought it'd be simpler to let people see for themselves exactly what it is. So why call it the cave? Well, it's a 3 by 9 meter room that's totally painted black, apart from the posters that cover the walls. And the walls themselves are 6 inches thick with rock wool insulation. The roof is 4 inches thick, also filled with rock wool. The storage shelf here houses knickknacks, the headphone amplifier. It also has things like mic leads, connectors, patches. The back end of the cave here, we have bits for the drums, etc. We also have Satan, our treadmill. The other thing that we have problem is that this is not a totally soundproof room. As much as we've deadened the sound and we've removed most of the top end of the sound, the low end waves, due to the size and length of bass waves, still get through. So usually voiceover is done very late at night or very early in the morning. I've been acquiring a few posters to try and brighten up the place a bit, and with the addition of some UV lights that we have, we're currently looking for blacklight posters just to make things sparkle a bit. This was a friend gave us this Rod Stewart album with the vinyl turned into a clock. I believe it's Blondes Have More Fun, and of course the title album from that one was Do You Think I'm Sexy? The sad thing is I can't actually have the clock running because it's ticking. It's picked up on the microphone, so it's right twice a day at least anyway. Pink Floyd's The Wall with the Screaming Pink and Marching Hammers. Always great to have that on the wall. Down the front of the cave now. This is the drum bay where the bin speakers are. These we use as monitors. The speakers are 20-inch woofers and 5x15-inch tweeters, driven by an iNuke 1000 watt amp. In this little area, we don't get the sound much over half for fear it'll make our ears bleed. The way we get around instrument recording here with the low end bass coming through is by using close mics. The drums have a wall of 14 mics covering 9 drums and 8 cymbals, so they can be recorded at any time without any bleed from outside interference. We're currently using CAD mics, 4 pencil condensers and 10 frequency specific drum and snare mics that look after that. The recording setup is a 2-stage analog to digital, starting with the Eurodesk 3242FX with a 32 input board, 4 subgroups control 2 FX processors, and they lead to the premix FX like we can have echo, that's right, or we can have chorus, or we can have a mixture of echo and chorus. We're using the B2 mic up there on a special swing arm that comes down and makes it easy for us. It's a twin diaphragm microphone and is very sensitive. Picks up mouse farting at 40 paces, and that's one of the problems that we have. It's very, very sensitive. The Zoom R24, which is a 24-track recorder, we use that to record all the tracks to, and then we send that via USB into the Toshiba laptop. From the laptop we then put that into our DAW, which is a digital audio workstation. We're using Reaper, and then we change the R24 from a recorder to a DAW controller. Now what that means is that we whatever the sliders do on the DAW controller happens up on the screen. So when we move these sliders down here, the sliders up on the screen move. If we hit record, it happens on the screen. If we hit rewind, etc. So it's basically replacing the mouse. It gives you a little better feel for the more intuitive mix. There's a few effects that we can add at this point to enhance the sound, and very important fix at this time is to invert the phase on the bottom snare so the lines incorrectly with the top. We also add compression. Gates can be added to tighten the sounds up a bit so they stop bleeding between mics if required. I think at this point we were actually doing a recording of Bojangles, if I remember rightly. The program that we use for our DAW or digital audio workstation, of course, is called Reaper. Reaper, if you're looking to start up a small recording studio or do some recording, it's not very expensive. I think it was about $40 for the program, and it's extremely intuitive. If you're using a mouse, it's just about all right click and you've got a control of everything without going hunting through tons and tons of menus and sub-menus and sub-menus. Everything is just point and click, whether it's right or left, so you can access things very, very easily, very quickly. So it's well worth the effort, and that's Reaper. Now the Cave has a lighting and FX rack above the board that allows practice as if you're on stage with smoke and coloured lighting. Also multi-cameras allow performance to be captured and analysed, so being apt at playing in stage environment is as important as getting your timing right. The 3 lead pars that we use, the lead par 64 cans, they're lightweight, they need very little power, and they run cold. Between the 3 of them there's about 490 odd large LEDs in them, and they produce a full colour spectrum. As you can see, we've actually got the UV lamp on up there and a little REM pot going off. But here we are. As you can see, the lighting in the smoke, it goes through the blues and the reds and the greens, and the yellows and oranges in between all show up beautifully. So it just gives you a taste of what it's like when you're on stage. There's nothing more frightening than being thrust up on stage and all of a sudden it's black as night and you can't see your fellow band members to get any cues from them or anything, and then bright lights are in your face, and again you can't see who's next to you or what's going on, and it can be very disorientating, very confusing. So it's good to learn in that environment. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the tour. If there's any specific questions that you would like answering, please let me know and I'll attempt to answer them for you. So it's been great to have you along on the tour, and I hope you've seen a little bit more of what it is and what we do here and how we get the sounds that we get and do the videos that we do. So thank you for coming and thank you for joining us.